Hi everyone, I'm Matthew Moniz and I'm joined here by J.B from HTC. He's the leading senior product manager of product marketing, and today we're going to be talking about the HTC Vive. How you doing, J.B?
That's right. I'm good, man. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
Sure.
So tell me a little bit about the HTC Vive.
Awesome. So the Vive is a virtual reality system. It's developed in partnership between HTC and Valve. It kind of consists of 5 major components, one of which is the headset, which I have here in my hand. You also have 2 controllers designed specifically for VR interaction, and then 2 base stations we position in the corners of the room that allow us to track you. The most unique thing about Vive is what we call room scale VR. So traditionally with VR, you sit down or you stand up. You don't move around a lot. With Vive, you're actually going to be getting up, moving around the entire room, and it'll be mirrored in the virtual world.
Awesome. And on the Vive itself, how many buttons are on there? Just one button, or how does it work?
Two adjustments on it that I think are worth noting on the headset. One is called the IPD, or interpupillary distance. So that's inside of the headset. It's the distance between the lenses between them. So for different facial shapes, different ethnicities, sometimes that distance between the eyes is different. And so being able to adjust that is important for people to get a fine-tuned setting. The controllers have a handful of buttons. You've got a trigger, a touchpad, a haptic enabled touchpad. You've got some grip sensors on the side and a couple of menu buttons. The cool thing about that is that any of those buttons can be mapped by the developers to do whatever they want.
It's pretty cool. And how much resolution does each stereoscopic eye produce?
Sure, you have 1200 by 1080 displays in front of each eye, so 2 individuals, so 2160 by 1080 total in front of each eye, and then we're doing a 90 hertz refresh rate.
What makes HTC Vive unique compared to the other competing products?
Yeah, so definitely going to be room scale. I think giving you the ability to get up and walk around the virtual world is definitely a huge differentiator. I think it's the most immersive VR experience out there, and it's definitely something people are looking forward to.
Okay, so right now I'm walking around the play space. I see these like little grids, or kind of like a cage that I'm in right now. It's actually really cool. It looks very accurate. I also see the actual base stations too as well. Yeah, you can really see everything. Like I can even see the cable on the floor. Like it's really detailed.
The other is controllers, right? People know controllers are important. We've got controllers now, and definitely a really cool thing to be able to have and have you be able to interact with the virtual world and have that virtual world react to you.
And in order to play any or use any applications or games, you have to go to the Steam store. Can you tell me the type of products or applications that you have on there right now?
Sure. So there's quite a few now. I think we're upwards of like 175 different applications. A large majority of these things are gaming specific. It just makes sense that in the beginning a lot of things are going to be focused on gaming, but there's a lot of other things that are kind of coming about. One of the ones that we showed you a second ago was the Blue Encounter.
So right now I'm standing on a ship, and it's like insanely realistic. So this is a huge whale coming towards me right now. It's pretty creepy. Right now he's staring into my soul. That was pretty awesome.
That's one of 3 different individual parts of the Blue. So it's more of like a kind of an immersive scenic type thing. You don't really use the controllers too much in the one you saw. You start to use them a little more in others.
I bet you this is the first thing most people do is write their name. It's like I have a canvas in my hand. I can just go ahead and select the color. There's like different strokes.
For different folks.
That's awesome. As far as I'm going to get in terms of being artistic. That's not what you think.
But something that really gives you the ability to go see and do things you would never do in real life. There's some really cool medical use cases. There's a company building one called Surgical Theater, where physicians are actually currently practicing and using this in real life. BMW just announced they're going to start using Vive in their design. So being able to kind of see life-size, build outs of cars and vehicles. And you can imagine if you were reviewing a car and you were looking at different types of door handles or grills and being able to just cycle through those really quickly with a VR headset on.
As long as we're not driving with the HTC headset on, right?
It's kind of funny. There's some people doing some unique things with that as well, but you're right, it's got to be safe.
Exactly. And what's your favorite game?
I think one of the coolest ones recently is Space Pirate Trainer. It's basically where you're on a space station and you're defending it. You've got guns in your hands and you've got enemies coming in. And the cool thing about it is that you actually use your body to dodge the bullets, and you actually have shields too. And so different tools to kind of protect yourself. But you get that because you're so immersed and because you really feel like you're there. You get that feeling of pressure when you feel like they're gaining in on you and the bullets are coming. You got to move fast. So I think that's a really cool one.
Awesome. Well, thank you, JB, for having me here. It's been a pleasure. If you guys want to see more about the HTC Vive, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to everybody in the next video.